Hello world, it's Austin. Merry Christmas. Gosh, it has been a minute since I did that intro. I hope you all are doing as well as can be expected in this wild year. I hope you are having a Merry Christmas. It feels weird to wish people a Merry Christmas this year because it's been such a terrible, bonkers year. But I feel very strongly that we need to hold on to any bit of cheer and joy that we can right now. So Merry Christmas, and I hope that you are finding joy and cheer in some place in your life. I haven't made a video here in a while, and that's because all the videos that I've been making have been over on the Transmission Ministry Collective YouTube channel. I've seen some comments recently saying, hey, where'd you go, Austin? What happened? Did you fall off the face of the earth? No, I haven't. I'm still all over the internet, and I'm still doing a lot of things. But I haven't made a video here because I've been making stuff for TMC and working really hard with TMC. So, first of all, the very first thing I should say before I even kind of go further into this video is, if you're a big fan of the old trans and Christian videos and the Bible studies, things like that, go check out TMC because we're doing amazing things. We're doing Bible studies over there on their YouTube channel. TMC has a lot of stuff. Bible studies, support groups, like general support groups, and for specific groups of people, trans people of color, trans pastors and seminarians, trans people who are just exploring their gender identity and aren't really sure if they identify as trans yet. We have all kinds of stuff, and it's all for trans folks who are Christian or even sort of tangentially Christian. So if you are looking for more cool things for trans Christians, you got to check them out. We're doing some cool things, and I'm very excited about it. We are also, I should say, in the middle of our end-of-the-year funding drive over there. So we're trying to raise some money before the end of the year because you can now donate tax-deductibly, which is very exciting. So end-of-the-year tax-deductible donations to TMC help us keep running in the new year. So I'm going to put in the description of this video the link to TMC's website where you can sign up for all the things, and to our fundraiser. And if you can donate to support a community of trans Christians supporting other trans Christians, that would be amazing. So that's number one. That's thing number one. But I mostly just wanted to pop in here to say Merry Christmas and to give you a little bit of an update on me and how I'm doing. I'm doing well as can be expected, as well as anybody can these days. I know that I haven't posted any kind of transition update in a really long time. It's because it's just not really something that I think about too much anymore. I think about being trans all the time because it comes up all the time in my work, obviously. But my sort of physical transition feels mostly kind of over, and that's a good feeling. I feel like myself, which is nice. I'm 6 years on testosterone and 5 years post-top surgery now. The only thing that I've been doing recently is minoxidil for my receding hair, but that's about the only thing that I've been doing in terms of transition stuff. Actually, if you go back and look at the Easter video that I put up this past spring, you might look at it and go like, oh my gosh, Austin, your hair, what happened? That wasn't even because my hair was receding super bad. It was just because I gave myself a bad home haircut. So I'm still giving myself home haircuts, but I've gotten better at it at this point. So that's nice. But yeah, so other than the hair thing, that's pretty much the only transition-related update for you. I'm feeling good physically, in terms of the gender stuff. So yeah, that's about it on that sense, that scene. In terms of the rest of my life, things are going pretty well. It's Christmas, so that's exciting, even though I'm not spending it with my family this year because of COVID. We're all trying to stay safe and stay separate and keep from infecting each other, other people. So I'm just spending it with myself and my partner this year, but that's okay. We're going to make a lot of food, listen to a lot of music. So yeah, it's going to be a good Christmas. Like I said, we're going to hold on to joy wherever we can find it. So yeah, that's about that. My dog Mowgli's still doing well. In case you're wondering about Mowgli, you'll see pictures of him on my Instagram probably most often. So he's doing well. And yeah, that's mostly what's going on, is that I am working all the time with Transmission Ministry Collective. And I'm so proud of all the stuff that we're doing over there. We are now, as an organization, we're about 9 months old, so it's kind of a scary time to, I don't know, most nonprofit organizations, they say, don't last through their first year, which is like a scary thing when you're starting a new organization. I firmly believe we will last past our first year, but it's still like a scary thing to think about how to sustain a small organization. So I've been working really hard on that. And I believe in our mission, which is to help trans folks, trans Christians feel grounded in their identity and in their faith and connected to others and empowered to lead. And so that's really what we're doing. And I feel like I've kind of found I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is really nice. I feel strongly about lifting up other trans Christians, providing them with the resources that they need sort of theologically. And so that feels really good. And seeing I'm especially excited about our trans pastors and seminarians group that we started. Seeing all the trans folks in seminary and the folks that are getting calls and the folks that are kind of figuring things out in their denominations. Some of them have trailblazers that went ahead of them and kind of paved the way, and others are being trailblazers themselves. So it's not easy, but I'm so proud of all of them. And I'm so proud of all the folks in our community. So that's where most of my energy has been going, is to TMC, which is why I haven't been here. But I really appreciate the folks that commented and kind of said, like, where are you? What are you up to? This is what I'm up to, is TMC. My regular life is good, but TMC is all the stuff we're doing over there is kind of where my head's at. And it's especially, I think, this year, it's been launching at the same time as the pandemic when everything suddenly went online. I'm so glad that we started when we did, because all of our stuff is online, and that's exactly what people needed when they needed it. So, yeah, I feel good about what we're doing. So, anyway, that's pretty much the update. Merry Christmas, and I hope this year I was thinking a lot about our weeks of Advent. If you followed the videos I made here back in the day when I was making videos about, Christmas and the Advent season every week, I've been thinking a lot this month about our Advent themes of hope and faith and peace and joy and love, all these things. And we've been talking about them a lot in the TMC community and on our Discord server. And I think I just was struck this year by the importance of joy. Joy is usually the third week of Advent. It's kind of the only themed week that all Christians in the Western Church, if you're not Eastern Orthodox and you're on the Western Church calendar, all denominations kind of agree, if you celebrate Advent, the third week of Advent is about joy. And it's really cool to think that when we disagree about all the other themes and all the ways we do Christmas and all the, there's so many things that different denominations disagree about, that to find one thing that they all agree on, and that thing is joy, to me, is really powerful. So I've been thinking a lot about that. How can we find some joy this year? Which is not to say we should skip over all of the really, really difficult things. It's not to say we shouldn't mourn and grieve the losses, because they are countless and they are huge and very important. But holding on to joy this year in small moments is, I think, part of what we need to do to live. It's part of the way that we connect with God and each other. And so that's what I'm thinking about a lot this year. So there you go. That's my little tidbit of what I'm thinking about. Again, I hope you all are doing well. And I will post back here, I'm sure, at some point this coming year in 2021. But yeah, if you're looking for most of my stuff, it's over on TMC now. So go check that out, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks, everyone, and Merry Christmas.